What is good, YouTube? It is 8:55 on Thursday, March 12th. I just took a clean short. It's just, oh man, this joint is falling. Oh man, I could have held this for a while. Um, I just took this short. It's a classic internal to external move, targeting these lows. Wow, yeah, this might be a what's it called? I don't even know. It's just a massive sell-off day. Coming into open, I didn't really have any bias. I did see that we just finally touched this 4 hour bullish gap that I was talking about yesterday in yesterday's recap, the one that we made on Monday. It's been 3 days since we finally came to tag it, and coming into open, we were close to mitigating it or completely filling it, but we could see that we've been rejecting off of it every time we tag into it. So I was potentially gonna be looking for longs if this could hold, or I would be looking for shorts if we can flip it, right? We have our New York PM draw above us. We have London, Asia, and we have this 1 hour low. We have this New York PM as well. So there's a lot of draws to the downside that are easily achievable. And coming into open, which was only 30 minutes ago, we at open we swept London low, and we are in this. I believe this is a 1 hour. Is this a 1 hour? No, that's a 15-minute gap. Okay, yeah, we were in that 15-minute gap off the London low sweep, and potentially if this 5-minute bearish gap was to inverse, I probably would have taken longs because it would have been similar to a Judas, but we just failed to inverse. Would have been targeting these highs right here. Would have targeted that high with my entry there and stop below this gap. We did create 2 5 minutes. Where's the second 5? I think we created this teeny 5-minute that we did inverse. But for me to really get invested in longs, we would need to flip both of them. We only flip this one, and we have our first presented 5-minute bearish gap right here. So due to that, I didn't take longs, but there was this beautiful short opportunity that I missed because I was being hesitant, and I don't know why I'm being hesitant. It's not in my nature. I know the model, I know the play, I know what I'm doing, I know what I like. I should have taken this 100%. This one is on me. Tomorrow, if there's a play, I will stab it with 100% conviction. But what happened was we see these wicks right here, and these wicks tell a big story. When we are just consistently wicking into a gap and are failing to close above it while tapping CE perfectly, and then we also have this minor 1-minute gap right here. That lets me know that there's heavy sell orders that are stopping buyers from getting into the market, right? And once we fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times, we fail 7 times to close even above this 1-minute gap. Not to talk about this 5-minute. I wouldn't have taken my entry here. I would have taken it below this 1-minute gap due to extra confirmation. But this is just a super clean trade right here with my stops right above the high of this 1-minute, or you could potentially, not this 1-minute, I would have had my stops above this 1-minute candle, but you could potentially have it above the 5-minute gap and above all these highs, or above all these relative stacked highs, creating a protected high. But the reason I wouldn't have done that is due to the fact that that is a 50-point stop, and we already swept London. So what is the next available draw? The next available draw is Asia. So I would have taken this to Asia. It would have been a clean 2.65 risk to reward, and I liked it, but I don't know why I didn't take it. I was hitting myself like it was such an easy trade. It's so clean. I know where the draw is. It's just simple. That's textbook market. It's not often that we'll get good price action. And such a clean model. So on days like these, you really do have to go in and take your trade with 100% conviction, right? But I did indeed fail to take this trade, and we came and swept out Asia. But now this just looks like easy continuation longs, right? We have our original sweep of London, tap into this 5 minute, come down to sweep Asia, and then we create this another 1 minute right here, right? And what I see from there is that we once again perfectly hold equilibrium of this 1 minute bearish gap. And so from there is just getting in and getting out. And if we look, I believe there was like 3 gaps. Yeah. Okay. So I was a little bit late on the gap I did want to take. Obviously we have this, I'll break it down. Hold on. Delete this. Let me take this off as well. Okay. So for me, when I see multiple gaps be put in, and I'm looking to inverse one of them to potentially continue in the direction that market is showing me, I oftentimes want to just take the closest gap to the uninversed bearish gap that I'm near, right? So I'll explain that. Once I see that market is showing bearish order flow, right? We are showing bearish order flow. We just came out and swept London, just swept Asia, and we are potentially showing bearish order flow. Even though we have this gap right here, I ideally want to be taking the inverse off of this gap due to the fact that you get a better entry, you get a better risk to reward, and it's an easier trade. You have, you're not risking more than you need to taking it off this gap. You could potentially have your SL here, or even above the gap. I know some people like to put their SL above the gap, expecting price to not come down or come back into it. I believe I got a slightly late entry. As we can see, this is a humongous gap or a humongous candle, 30-point candle. So we do end up flipping both of these gaps. But if you are getting in off the close, you're just getting a really bad entry. And yes, you can target these 641s that we have down here for 53 points, which is super clean. But it's a 1 to 3.4. Now, I don't think I got the best entry myself, to be honest. I saw the displacement coming out of this gap, and yeah, I did not get the best entry at all. 710.75 right there, and I closed at 674. 67. And I closed at 674. Bro, trying to, let me get this up. Did you say 674? All right. And I closed at 674. So I just caught 36 points, almost 40 points. And I will say for this trade, I really didn't set a stop. I did not set a stop due to the fact that I don't know, I got in too quickly and I didn't really have any draws. Okay, let me explain. I just now marked out this 674 level, or the 641 level. So I was only going to take this short down to these lows right here. I ideally, once again, this is why I said I wanted a better entry, because I could have potentially gotten in front running this gap just off the fact that there was so much displacement for 63 points, right? But due to the fact that I was a little bit slow on my entry, I only got 40, and I didn't really I wasn't able to look for any draws. But we did have this 1 hour low that we have right here. We have this 1 hour low, and then we have New York PM, and then we have some draws at 312 and 209. But the reason I didn't want to take it to New York PM was just because it's 100 points away. I didn't really know what market wanted to do, and I didn't have any conviction that market would drop 100 points right now, right? So even though I believe that we are going to go lower and we might sell off today, I just didn't have much conviction that this move would have taken us down to these 500 levels. And I didn't have time to look for any 1 hour lows that we could have potentially had. So what did I do? I just took it at this swing low that we put in right here. And it was a super clean trade, 36 points, no drawdown. And honestly, this really looks good for lower what as well. If you wanted to take this one in a gap right here, you know, that could potentially inverse. This would even be a better RR trade down to the downside. You could potentially target these for 75 points. I don't even know what that is. It's like $1,200 or something, 14 or something. You could potentially be targeting these New York PM. But now, even though I did just say when there's two stacked gaps, I'm gonna usually take it off the first inverse, due to the fact that this gap is exponentially bigger than this smaller bullish gap right here. I would if I was to take shorts. It depends on my conviction. It really does depend on my conviction. I would potentially be looking. Let me see the RR. That's still a good RR. You know, you're going break even at this low right here. So that's a potential play if market was to give us that. But we didn't really have any 15-minute gaps to play off of. It is still super early. It's only 9:06. I take my trade at 8:56. But yeah, super clean trade. Nice to be in and out the market. I will be showing P&L. No, we're not looking at nipples. Holy. Fast nips. We are up 700 on the day. 774, 800. Can I say 800? We made 1,400 today. Super clean trade. Super happy. Can get paid out or should be getting paid out by middle of next week. Hopefully, we are 4-0 on trades this week. You know, super clean. I could show the trades actually. There needs to be a way to like. So I've taken 4 trades since the start of this week, March 9. So as you can see, we took this first long. One trade a day, 15-minute bullish tap, S&T at the lows. I really like this play. Price action wasn't good this day, but this was super clean draws. Took 3 trades today, 2 break evens, or took 3 trades on Tuesday. 2 break evens, 1 minor win of like $400. Wednesday I took this short, nice super clean draws down to these lows right here. Did end up pulling a little bit early at this break even because I was trailing my stop aggressively. So just coming in every day and being able to read market or trying to read market as efficiently as I can is my goal, you know, not trying to force nothing. Coming in and not caring about the money. Let me just, I guess, write it out, or what's it called? Mark out this trade in live time. So I usually do this. Copy image. Oh shoot, I forgot to change the date. This one, March 11. I'm not gonna lie, this is what I be doing. Nothing too crazy. Took 1 trade. 5-minute gap tap continuation. Five-minute gap tap continuation. Once we swept Asia. Okay. Let's put that once we swept Asia. Those put in. Point winner. Is there anything else? 1 minute gap contiuation. Swing lows put in. 1 minute for ifvg. 40-point winner. I usually say thank you God, but today I say glory be to God. And then I also come in here and then I just put in the same trade on I'll put in the same trade. Make sure y'all are stretching, bro. Y'all are not stretching. Make sure y'all are stretching. We gotta stretch daily, morning and night. You know, keep our ligaments well stretched. Pause. Don't want to be 50 and you can't even touch your toes. Pause. And then we just copy and paste everything into here. Short, win. Today it was continuation, bullish ifvg, no SMTs. I don't really mark out P&L or grading, but I would call this a entry. My entry and TP placement, or TP was to the swing low, so I'm not mad at that. Entry was a little bit skewed. Price action was good today though, so I will give this trade a B. If I took this first play right here, I would have given this an A plus. But due to the fact that I just gotten a little bit late, front running this gap, and you know, I'll give this one a B. It is early, but I will give today's price action. I'll give today's price action a B plus, just because, once again, just a nice clean hold of this 5-minute bearish gap, a nice clean 1-minute bullish inversion, and you just know where draws are, and we are actually targeting our draws. I've been saying this for the past 2 months. Market has been fugazi, does not want to hit his draws, but we hit our draws today. Really clean price action. B plus PA is what I'll say. But yeah, I'm done for today. Hope y'all enjoy that. Hope y'all boys catch a dub. Keep grinding, keep persevering. Why not us?